Hello friends, welcome to this video. Now in the last video, we saw the concept of calculated fields and calculated items. Now in this video, I'll be talking about another related option that we have in case of pivot table, and that is known as creating the various sets. So let us see that what are the various options that we are having here in the pivot table related to creating the sets. Let us remove this pivot table. So I go to the pivot table analyze tab, click on the clear button and clear all. So now the pivot table is gone. Now let us create one pivot table here. So I will drag here the category. I put it in the row section, and then I put here the order date that I keep it here in the column section. So as we know that when we drag the order date either in the rows or columns, then automatically it is creating a hierarchy here. So here I will remove this order date, months and quarters. I will keep it here only years. And now here in the value section, I'll be bringing here the sales and profit. So here we are getting a pivot table with this particular configuration. Now, if I go to the fields, items and sets button, we have already seen how to create the calculated field. In the last video, we saw how to also calculate the item here. Now, I want to use these three options here. That is create set based on row items, create set based on column items and manage sets. Now just now you can see that I cannot select any of these options because it is not enabled for me. Now the question comes that how to enable all these three options in this particular button. So now I'll show you that particular method. So what we'll do that we will remove this pivot table, clear all. I'll also delete this particular pivot table. Let me select this pivot table and I press the delete button. So now my whole pivot table structure is gone. I'll go to the order sheet and here I select one cell. I go to the insert tab. In the insert tab I click this pivot table button, or I can also click on this logo here. So I click on the logo of pivot table, and now here we are having this table oblique range, new worksheet, or I can also go for existing worksheet. In the existing worksheet I can go to this pivot table sheet here and I select here one of these cell here, and then I click on this OK button. But before I click on the OK button, what you have to remember, you have to put here the tick mark in this box, that is add this data to the data model. So this is very important. If you want to create the sets in pivot table, then you have to put here the tick mark. So once I put here the tick mark, existing worksheet, this one, I click on OK button, and now you can see that in our first pivot table sheet we are having now our pivot table. Now let us create that same pivot table again. So I will drag here the category, put it into the row section, then I drop the order date, I put it in the column section, so automatically it will create the hierarchy. So I keep here only the year. So we are having these 4 years, 2021, 2022, 2023 and 2024. And now here in the value section, I drop the sales and the profit. So now we are having here for every year these two columns, that is sum of sales and sum of profit. Now if I select here one of this cell and if I go to this button in the pivot table analyze tab, that is fields, items and sets, you see that now these three options are available. Yeah, now I don't see these upper options, but these three options are now enabled for me. So now I can use these options. So first of all, we'll see this option, that is create set based on column items. Now what I want to do here, that in this particular pivot table, currently I can see here that for 2021 I'm having here sum of sales and sum of profits. Likewise for 2022, 2023 and 2024 we are having these two separate columns. Suppose in 2021 I want to see only the sum of sales column. I do not want to see the sum of profit. Then for 2022 I want to see only the sum of profit. I do not want to see the sum of sales. So if we are having this kind of specific requirements for every year, then what we can do, we can go for this option known as create set based on column items. So let us now start one by one all this our special requirement. So I will go to this button field items and sets and I click on this option create set based on column items. I click it, and now here we are having this dialog box, that is new set. So first of all we have to give some set name here. So I will give here the set name, let's say column sets or column set. Then I give here some name for the display folder. Now what is this display folder? When we'll create the set, then that folder will be created here in this pivot table fields area, here in this area, that we'll also see further. Display folder, it is, though it is optional, but I can give some name here. Let's say I give here the name all sets. Now below we are having all those columns that we currently have in this pivot table. So what I said, that for 2021 I want to see only the sum of sales. I do not want to see the column of sum of profit. So I will come to this row here, 2021 sum of profit, and then I can click this button delete row. I click this button delete row, and now you can see that for 2021 we are having only one column, that is sum of sales. Then for 2022 I want to keep here only the sum of profit. I do not want to see the sum of sales. So I select this row here, 2022 sum of sales. I click on the delete button or delete row, and now you can see that for 2022 we are having only the sum of profit. Then for 2023 we are having here again those two columns, that is sum of profit and the sum of sales. Now here I want to create one extra column. In that extra column we'll add both these values, that is the sum of profit plus sum of sales. I want to add it, and I want to put it into a new column here for 2023. So what I'll do, that I will go to this 2023. There are these two rows over here, 2023 and sum of sales and 2023 sum of profit. Now I select this second column for 2023, and now I can click here add row. I click on the add row here. So now we are having here a new row that is known as all, and here it is written some count range. What I'll do, instead of all, see, all means I want to do the total for all the columns. I do not want to do the total for all the columns or all the years. I want to do it only for 2023. So I select here from the drop down 2023, and what I want to do for the 2023, I want to go for here, let's say all. Now here all has been removed, so let us do one thing here. Let me delete this row here. I'll again create one extra row, add row here, and now here we are having the 2023. Let us see if it works. Here it is written Excel count range. Let us see. Then for 2024, what I want to do, that in 2024 I'm having first of all the sum of sales and then sum of profit. Now for 2024 I want to see first of all the sum of profit and then sum of sales. So here in 2024 I can click this drop down. I can select here sum of profit first of all, which I want to see, and then for 2024 I want to see later on the sum of sales. So I have changed the position of these two columns. So likewise you can do the changes here for various columns. The last column is all sum of sales and all sum of profit. Now what we'll do, that here we will be going for the OK button, because now I'm done with all those changes. I can click on the OK button here, and now here you can see that we are having the, for 2021 we are having the sum of sales, for 2022 we are having sum of profit, for 2023 we are having here the count range. Actually I wanted to have here the total, but I think so that I have to check it again. That's why I'm not getting here the total. I'm getting here the total count range. And then for 2024, first of all I'm seeing the sum of profit and then the sum of sales. So this is how we are able to manage the columns here. Now suppose, let's say in the 2024 I do not want to see this sum of sales. I want to remove this sum of sales from 2024. So what I'll do, that I will go to this button here, and in this button I will click this again, this option create set based on column items. If I click it, when I click it, then what it says here, you cannot create a set based on another set. Before creating a new set, remove the following set from the pivot table, that is column set. So suppose if I already created one particular column set, and now what I'm doing here, I'm going for another column set, so that is not possible. So I can create only one column set and one row set. So now if I want to modify this particular column set, then what I have to do, I have to go to this button, and then I have to click this third option known as manage sets. So I click on the third option, manage sets, and now we are having that set which we already created, that is known as column set. I select this column set, I click on the edit button, and now again we are having this particular dialog box. So here for the 2024, what I said, that I want to keep only the sum of profit. I do not want to keep the sum of sales. So I can select this 2024 sum of sales. I can click the delete row button here, and now it is done. Now suppose here if I want to change the position of all these columns, that also I can do it. I'm having here this move up and move down, so that I can modify. Let's say for 2021, 2022 and 2023. So 2023 I want to shift the position of this sum of profit, that I want to put it on the top. So I can select here this one, and then I can click this button here, move up. So now it is move up. Now for 2023 here, yeah, here we are having the count range, but okay, let us remove this one. We don't require this one. So this is gone. So now we have again done some modification in this column set, and now I click on OK button, and now we are having here the close button. We click on the close button, and now finally we are having this particular thing. So friends, this is how we are creating the column set. Now similarly, we can also create the row set. I can remove this particular pivot table. Let me clear all, and now I will create here another pivot table. I'll change the orientation. So I will put here the category in the row section, and then I drag the region in the row section, and then I keep it here the sales in the value section. And also I'll bring here in the column section, let me bring here the quarter or year. So here we are having a different kind of pivot table, category and region in the row section, and then we are having the order date year in the column section. In the value section we are having the sum of sales. Now suppose if I select one of this cell here in this pivot table, and if I go to the field items, in the field items and sets, if I click this option, create set based on row items, I can click it here, and now I can do the same thing just like what we saw in the column set. So here also I can adjust all these rows here. Here we have to adjust the rows. Like say furniture, we are having here all, then furniture central, furniture east, furniture south, and furniture west. Similarly for office supplies also we have all those 5 rows here, all, central, east, south, and west. And similarly for the technology category also we have the same thing. And now here I can remove the rows which I do not want to see. Suppose let's say this furniture all I do not want to see, so I'll select this particular row, I click on delete row. Similarly this also office supplies, I don't want to see the all. Here we'll be having this total here. Just now if I keep this thing as it is, if I click on the OK button, you see that we are having here the total. I've already removed the total for this furniture category, but now here we can see the total for the office supplies and the technology. Now if we do not want to see these two totals, I can go to this button here, field items and sets. If I click on this option again, create set based on row items, again we are getting the same error that we saw for the column set. Here we have already created a set. Now we want to do the modification in the existing set. So I should not click this first option here, create set based on row items. I have to click this option, manage set, and now here we will select this set 1. I can click on the edit button. Here also I can give some name, let's say row set, and I can give some folder name. Folder name will be same one, all sets. And now I can modify this one. I can select the office supplies. I do not want to see the total, so I can click on this delete row. Similarly this also I select technology and all, I click on delete row. So now the things are fine. I click on the OK button, close, and now we are having here this pivot table. So this is how we are able to manage the rows and the columns in this pivot table. And now here if you go to this area, you can see that we are having these sets. Within the sets we are having this all sets folder that we have created, and within the all sets folder we are having here the row set and the column set. So friends, this is how we are able to create the sets. And please remember the two important things here, that if you want to enable the sets within your pivot table, then first of all you have to, when you are creating the pivot table, then you have to put the tick mark that add the data. That is, let me show you again here. So suppose here if I go to this button insert and then pivot table, then you have to put here the tick mark, add this data to the data model. So this has to be tick mark, then only that sets options will be enabled for you. This is one important thing. And then once you have created a particular set, let's say a column set or a row set, then you have to just play with that column set and row set. If you are already having one row set or column set, you cannot create another column set or row set. You have to just manage with that existing set. So this is all what we are having for the options known as sets in the pivot table. Now in the next video we'll be now focusing on another important topic that is known as slicers. So we'll see that what is slicers, and we'll also see the concept of filters. So see you then in the next video. Thank you very much.